Italy, here we come. Destination, Tuscany. I've been counting down the weeks and days to this adventure. There's just something magnetic about the roads there. Maybe it's the lure of riding the same mountain passes as Ferrari test drivers, or chasing the twists and curves that a Ducati was born for. But before any of that, there were logistics. Do I ride all the way? Do I try to find a train that can take me and the bike south? Do I ship the bike south and go on a different way? Living in Hamburg meant that this was my second big European road trip, and already it was proving tricky. The OBB Nightjet, the sleeper train where you can just roll your bike on the back at night and wake up in a new country the next morning, wasn't running this year. So the decision was made for me. If I wanted Italy, I had to ride over 1,200 kilometers on my own. My journey began in Hamburg. By 7 a.m. I was on the Autobahn heading south. 850 kilometers later, my stop would be Munich, where my friend Vincent would join the trip. He showed up on a 2013 Kawasaki Z750. Not exactly a touring bike, but that didn't stop him. My first fuel stop was about a third of the way in. I needed to stretch the legs and grab the chocolate bar. My back was definitely starting to feel it. I even bumped into another biker waiting for his friends. It seems like they had their own excursion planned. My German isn't great, his English wasn't perfect either, but we got the message across. Gute Reise, mein Freund. One more stop to make sure I made it the whole way without issues, and again, stretch the legs, tease out the muscles a little bit, and enjoy the weather. By 4 in the afternoon, I rolled into Munich. 9 hours on the bike, the longest ride I'd ever done in one go. Let's just say my rear end was not happy with me. But it felt good to finally put my feet up, catch up with Vincent, and get ready for the real adventure starting tomorrow. Today, Italy was on the horizon. We filled up just enough fuel in Munich to get us across the border. Petrol's a bit cheaper in Austria, and every euro counts on a trip like this. We tried to keep in touch with helmet headsets, but they didn't connect properly. The workaround? We just called each other. It worked fine until the Italian mountains swallowed our signal, but that's a problem for later. Our quick pit stop for cheap fuel. A little further down the road we made another quick stop for some coffee. I don't know why, but I was already feeling tired. Maybe the 800 something kilometers from yesterday were already having an effect. And only a little further down the road again, after navigating Austria's new infuriating road rules for tourists and wanting to avoid the Austrian Autobahn, we found an imbus for a spot of lunching before we hit the road again. After winding our way through Austria, we finally made it into Italy. To save some time, we coughed up the toll fare and munched some miles on the motorway, narrowly avoiding some daft drivers. While the roads were long and boring, the views kept us entertained as we passed through the valleys with ease. By evening, we made it to Cremona, a charming little city in Lombardia. A little later than I think we both would have liked, but them's the choice. We set up camp, met some friendly neighbours, animals included, and ended the day with a hearty dinner at a local spot, Ristorante Dordoni. After a long day on the road, Italian food just hits different. A short stay, but we got breakfast at a local bar, a quick espresso, and off we went heading further south where we would reach a 2-night stopover in Lucca. We had a short stint on the motorway, stopping once to fill up and grab another coffee, then finally exiting the motorway, and that's when the road opened up to us to the Ligurian coast. The views, absolutely breathtaking. After the short stint, we finally left the motorway and headed west to the coast of Italy. The twists and turns were a welcome addition. We could finally loosen up a bit and really get into the flow. After meandering our way around the Italian coast, we began our descent to the village of Vernazza, one of the 5 towns that make up the Cinque Terre. Bright pastel houses clinging to the cliffs, little fishing boats bobbing in the water. It looked like a postcard. The road down was not without its challenges, 180-degree hairpins, with not much room either side. We didn't exactly want to meet oncoming traffic, but we made it and grabbed lunch by the sea, soaking it all in. One more sprint to Lucca via La Spezia, we would reach our campsite. As we were leaving, we found this spot after exiting one of the mountain tunnels. We knew we had to pull in and take some photos. The way the sun fell over the cliff's edge was just, yeah, why wouldn't you stop? It was late in the evening by the time we got there, and after a long day between motorway and winding hills, we were looking forward to our rest. The campsite was tucked away, surrounded by mountains on three sides, but reaching our tent pitch was an unfortunate challenge. The final hill was steep and unpaved, and well, let's just say I made an amateur mistake and gravity won. My bike slid back a few meters as I fought to keep upright, but I finally lost control and it tipped over on me. Luckily, panniers and crash bars took the blunt of it. The locals came running, helped me upright. The host was able to ask a relative who was in town to bring ice packs for me when I realised my wrists were sore and I feared a sprain. The kindness of strangers never fails to amaze me. That night, Vincent and I cooked up fresh spaghetti with pesto, tomatoes and parmesan. Simple, but after the day we've had, it was perfect. My wrists were still tender, so we kept things light. First stop, coffee and a croissant, then onwards to Lucca. I'd never heard of it before this trip, but wow, what a gem. Known as the City of Art, Lucca is wrapped in intact Renaissance walls. Inside you'll find cobble streets, medieval towers, and the Piazza dell'Anfiteatro, an oval-shaped square built on the remains of an ancient Roman amphitheatre. Walking through it in motorbike gear under the Italian sun, not ideal, but worth every step.
Darling, I know it's hard to let go. Soon I will hold you. Longer days when I'm away, but we'll both pretend to be home.
After Lucca, we took a short spin to the Catalan to pick up some stuff we realised we needed for the rest of the trip. The time we spent in Lucca was good for my wrists, and the spin to the Catalan was relaxing rather than intense. Later, we swung by Pisa to see the famous Leaning Tower. Quick snap, and then back to camp for some more rest.
Never seem to be scared. My heart's on pause whenever you're gone. But one day we'll go anywhere. Darling, I've never been there. We will travel many.
We did get a little lost along the way. I had a pin on the map to say park here, which was supposed to be motorcycle parking, but Italian streets, they're a bit of a mess. Not built for cars or motorcycles, it seems. But we figured it out and we got ourselves back out of the city to loop around and found another way to park.
Hand in mine.
For day 5, we packed up and headed for Florence via the mountains. We had a few spots in mind we wanted to visit, including the quarry that Michelangelo's David had come from.
Heat of the
Unfortunately, we didn't plan quite correctly, and the route we took did not allow us up the one-way system to the quarry, and we didn't have time to go back down and up the other way. We could see the quarry from a distance, which, all things considered, was just fine. The second photo spot of the day was the Ponte della Maddalena River Bridge, a beautiful bridge originally built around the 11th century before being renovated in the 14th century. We stopped to take some photos and used the opportunity to stretch the legs. The roads carried us into Florence, where we would stay for 2 nights in an Airbnb, a gap stop to see the city and take a short rest from the bikes. By now we had covered over 1,300 kilometers since leaving Munich. The Airbnb was a great find, very near the city, only needing to hop onto their tram system for a few stops before arriving right in the heart of the city. I was able to call dibs on the big bed as I had booked it. Lucky me. Florence, the jewel of Tuscany. I've been before as an art history student and an avid player of the original Assassin's Creed games. It was fun to take note of all the rooftops I had climbed and the art that adorned the city landscape I had learned from school. For Vincent, it was his first time. We meandered through the city, ducking between shady spots, passing the Duomo, crossing the Ponte Vecchio, before finally ending the day at Piazza Michelangelo, overlooking the city as the sun began to set. Onwards to Siena. Once again, avoiding the tap drivers as we went. Siena was a place I had never been, so I was looking forward to experiencing it. Much like Lucca, the plan was to stay for a few nights and use it as a base camp. We took the long way to Siena. The roads ever winding made it totally worth it. While Siena would be our next base for 2 days, we found ourselves passing through one of those tiny hilltop villages and decided we would take the opportunity to stop. The town was called Volterra. Narrow streets, laundry flapping from balconies, people around every corner. It was bustling. We wound our way to the top, passing Cathedral di Santa Maria Assunta. We pulled in for a quick moment to see if we could find motorcycle parking anywhere. In that moment we noticed one guy running back and forth between the church and the building on the right. It seems you had to pay to enter both. People did not seem impressed. We finally found a spot to pull in around the corner and captured some moments as we wandered the town. Leaving Volterra, we were greeted with some more winding roads. We found one more spot to stop for a quick photo before making our dash to the campsite. Camping Siena Colverde was our home for the next nights. Apart from almost dropping the bike on the steep incline pulling into the driveway, it was an uneventful evening thankfully. Shower, dinner, sleep, phone calls, the usual. In part 2, we continued to explore more of Tuscany before reluctantly starting the journey home. We were faced with some tough decisions as storm clouds began to roll in across the valleys and heading our direction.